Ladies and gentlemen, we're here.
I'm part of the Kliq, isn't everybody?
Yes! 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 I got an idea, yeah. Beat up John Cena!
Give me a hell yeah!
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
Too sweet! This is where the power lies!
I am the man.
Beat me if you can! Come on!
It's showtime, folks!
The following episode is scheduled for one fall, and it is for your listening pleasure. This is In The Kliq.
What's up, everybody? Baby Huey here, and joining me once again is my good brother from the Bulletcast. It's Phillip. How's it going, man?
In the words of the great Stefano DiMera, it's good to be back.
Right on. Well, happy Thanksgiving, by the way.
Yes, happy Thanksgiving, happy belated Thanksgiving, Baby Huey, and all the Kliqsters out there who missed my illustrious voice. I know.
Oh, yeah,
So
that's going to ask you about that. Was Agua, right? Is that what happened last time?
Yes. I overslept and time got away from me. I couldn't make the last recording. I apologize to the people, to the masses, to the millions and millions of Huey's fans.
I appreciate that. Wait, so yeah, last weekend was Agua down at the Ritz in San Jose.
Yes.
You had opportunity to do some commentary again, right?
Yes, Agua-geddon. It might be our last time in the Ritz. It was we'll talk about that off air, but it was a spectacle, man.
Nice.
Yes, Boss Man / Pollo Del Mar, Kevin Gill, and myself all on commentary. Also, Paul from Indie Handshake made a commentary appearance. His first live commentary, first time doing a commentary live.
Really?
So he made his Agua debut. So congrats to him. And Indie Handshake has something cool coming up in the works for next year that I can't get into now, but it's gonna be something. It's gonna be something pretty cool.
Oh, is it that trailer they released, right?
They released a trailer?
Yeah, earlier this year, I thought. About the Bay Area wrestling scene, about a family. I'm trying to speak vaguely.
I haven't seen a trailer. I don't know, but they have something. They have something cool coming up next year that you guys should check out. And also some GSW High Voltage, some more aired. Congratulations to Jordan Blade on becoming the Solo Syndicate champion.
Nice.
Robert Martyr becoming the Next Gen champion. I think this is some of my best commentary to date that has been out there, man. Go check out that stuff. Yeah. And Wrecking Ball Legursky versus Ben Bishop for the Dream Openweight title.
Yeah.
Griffin McCoy of Young, Dumb, and Broke took on Smiley. So a lot of good stuff, man.
Nice. Well, that's awesome. So, well, no, I'm very happy for you that you got to do some more Agua play-by-play and also GSW. So, yeah, you've been very busy doing the commentating stuff, which is, of course, awesome for you. Go ahead, take advantage of all that opportunity that comes your way. That's really cool. Yeah, no, Agua, it looked like, I was torn, Survivor Series, Agua on the same day. It's tough, man.
Yeah. It was a good time. That man, one of the referees went through a door.
I saw that. Wait, who? Juicy put red shoes or orange shoes, right?
Orange shoes, yes. Orange shoes, yes.
In the door.
Yes, there was to send the crowd home happy. Yeah.
Oh my God, man.
But, it was fun, man. It was a lot of fun. I also interviewed Money, Power, Respect. They're the East Bay Pro Tag Team Champions. They're also the WWZ Tag Team Champions. That interview is dropping either Monday or Tuesday morning. Be on the lookout for that.
Okay, because one of the guys, the guy with the long hair,
Marco Mania.
Dude, he goes to the same barbershop I go to.
Oh, so you see him?
One time, a couple months ago, I went in there for my haircut and see my barber, Rob. What's up, Rob? From Shaky Razor Barbershop in San Ramon. And I come walking in, I have my NWO shirt on, and I sit down and I look over and I see him this guy getting a haircut from someone else. And I looked at him, he looked so familiar. And then I realized, it's one half of the tag champions from East Bay Pro Wrestling. And, I think when he saw me come in, I had my NWO shirt on. So he's like, oh, look, a wrestling fan coming in. So, I didn't have a chance to talk to him because literally I sat down and then my barber and I were talking while getting my haircut. And he was done and then he left right after. But, and then that made sense because then my barber, the owner of the barbershop, I've seen him post on Instagram videos at East Bay Pro Wrestling as well. I'm like, oh, he's over there. So now it makes sense why he would go over there. One of his clients is a wrestler. So anyway, it's a small world here in the Bay Area, man. We all cross paths everywhere.
Absolutely, man. But before we get into Dynamite and Rampage, Huey, this is important.
Yes.
Because Thanksgiving, it's a time to be with your loved ones. Obviously, there's turkey and there's ham and mashed potatoes and cranberry, giblets, all the fixings. The most important part of Thanksgiving is the leftover sandwich.
Oh, Tommy made some last night for us. So
what goes on your leftover sandwich?
So Tommy made a turkey melt yesterday. So where's Tommy? He should explain this better. But he took some bread, took the turkey and cheese, and it's almost like a grilled cheese sandwich, but with turkey inside as well. Okay. And he grilled it on the stove, and did that. But then the day before or earlier in the day, I just did. What was it yesterday? Oh my God, I'm losing track. I've been on vacation for the last few days. So I also did a ham sandwich. So in our household, we do turkey, ham, stuffing, mashed potatoes, rolls, cranberry sauce for all that on there.
Sounds like my grandma's house.
Gravy. He made some green beans for me. He kept it simple. That's pretty much it. But at one point, I had a ham sandwich. I took some wheat bread and then mayo and Grey Poupon mustard with the ham in a sandwich. I did that as well. So kept it simple.
If you don't mind, can I walk the Kliqsters through this?
What's that?
So the way to make an appropriate Thanksgiving leftover sandwich.
Okay.
You get your mashed potatoes, get your stuffing, you get your turkey, obviously, turkey or ham, whichever one you want to choose.
Okay.
And then you get some cranberry sauce. All right. Now you heat up everything besides the cranberry sauce.
Okay.
Okay. And then you get your pieces of bread, white, wheat, whatever you prefer. And you layer the dressing on like you're layering a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Layer the dressing on both sides. Then you put your turkey on. Then you put your mashed potatoes on. And then you put the cranberry sauce on the other piece of bread like it's PB&J. And then you put it together and you eat it and you're in heaven.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh, man. I might have to actually try that.
If you have anything left over, go try what I just said.
Man, I ate the last of the stuffing today, though. So I'm going to tell Tommy, hey, make some more
maybe
stuffing.
For Christmas? It works for Christmas, too.
Yeah, no, we could totally make something like that. Okay, I might have to try that then. Okay, no, thank you for opening my eyes to a way of eating Thanksgiving food leftovers.
Bro, every year for like the last 15 years, this is what I've been doing. I learned from my grandmama.
That's great. So do you do that the next day?
I do it the next two days, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, God, we have so much turkey still. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll definitely be eating some of that tomorrow as well.
Whatever turkey you have left over, throw it in the freezer, break it out for Christmas. It's all fun.
Yeah, no, but it was a lot of fun, man. Did you do any Black Friday shopping? Do you get caught up in all that?
No, I didn't, man. No.
Well, that's the thing. It's like tomorrow, we're recording on Sunday. Tomorrow's Cyber Monday. And I know they have like Cyber Monday deals. But now, because of Black Friday, a lot of those deals are also online. So a lot of those deals are from pretty much Friday through Monday. So Cyber Monday is not as special because it's over like 4 days already. So, but anyway, yeah. I did a little shopping on Friday, but I didn't go early in the crowd. I refused to deal with that early morning craziness. I waited until early afternoon to go out and run my errands. So it was much easier to navigate through.
Man, I remember going Black Friday shopping with my mother and grandma to Walmart. My poor little self. This is little Philip. I'm like 6 or 7 years old. And it's like 5 something in the morning. We have to wake up like 4:30 in the morning. I was like, what? What are we doing? It's pitch black. I'm trying to sleep. I'm trying to sleep standing in line, making sure my little self didn't get lost from my mom and my grandma. It was a nightmare. This is probably why I don't like people. It's just a nightmare.
You were scarred from Black Friday.
Yes, that's why I don't like to go to Costco. There's too many people. It reminds me of Black Friday. Too many people.
Well, hey, man, if anything, if you don't like dealing with crowds, I've noticed a lot of the deals are all online now. So, dude, believe me, I did a lot. I was looking on Amazon last couple days. I'm trying to figure out what earbuds to get. I want to get some wireless earbuds. So,
you have an iPhone, get AirPods.
Dude, I know AirPods Pro. That's the latest one, but the new Sony ones, people are saying it's the best sounding ones. It blows AirPods out of the water.
I mean, Stone Cold Steve Austin has the AirPod Pros, so I'm going to go with Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
But I also bought a little iPhone rig to put on a tripod. So it's like it holds your phone. It has a microphone at top, a shotgun mic, and then like 2 LED lights.
Okay.
So it's like, because real talk, because dude, I told you this. When I went to SummerSlam for that press junket, I saw people filming on their phones now because these phones are so powerful now. They're powerful than some DSLR cameras out there. And my DSLR camera is like over 6+ years old. So I'm like, I'm not going to buy another DSLR camera because like my iPhone is more powerful than the one I have. I might as well just film my interviews on my iPhone. So where's some equipment I can just use to film that? So anyway, that's what I was thinking. So I'll have to show you what I got later. But, definitely I'm already in my mindset of like, WrestleMania is like in less than 6 months. And, they're going to be Money in the Bank in Vegas again and Double or Nothing. So in Vegas.
Are we going to WrestleMania? I'm
trying to just have my equipment ready. That's my main thing. It's like, if the opportunity is there, I wanna, have my equipment on me. So
look, I missed SummerSlam because I had to go for GSW. I hate that I missed that with you.
No, that was important for your own personal career. I will never hold that against you. Look, that was worth it.
I'll go to WrestleMania with you, man.
Dallas,
if you
Texas.
need me, you say the word. I got you.
Okay, we'll plan it out. We'll figure it out. But like I said, like my new iPhone, the 13 Pro Max, it records 4K 60 frames per second.
You got the new iPhone?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. That's how I shot the Money, Power, Respect interview with the iPhone.
So yeah, I'll have to show you the equipment I'm getting. So it's like, because like I said, with I saw people filming on their iPhones. Like, wow, that's the new norm now. So, and my phone is more powerful than my old DSLR camera. So, like, why buy a new DSLR camera when I have my phone already to do all that stuff? So, anyway, work in progress. Sorry for all the Thanksgiving and tech talk right now, but anyway, it's see what other deals are online right now for Black Friday and Cyber Monday. So trying to get some of my Christmas shopping done now, more for myself at least. So, all right, Philip, so let's jump into this week's episode of AEW, specifically Dynamite and Rampage. Dynamite this week, it was like their Thanksgiving episode, Thanksgiving Eve. And, it's continuing. I mentioned this last week, with AEW, the fallout from Full Gear. I like how that week's episode of Dynamite really was like a reset and like starting up new storylines and new matchups and feuds and stuff. And then this week was a continuation of that. So it's like, all right, man, like I'm digging what direction they're going with, specifically with Bryan Danielson, CM Punk, MJF, Hangman, all that stuff. I'm really excited right now. And that's one thing about AEW I've noticed in the last few months, ever since they've been back on the road. I feel like the shows have been really good again. I think earlier this year, they're kind of going through the motions and it was getting kind of a little stale just because they were stuck at the one place. But now the show is really picking up and it's been really good. I mean, it's become like must-see TV for me again. So that's why, this week's Dynamite really stood out for me. So let's just talk about, the opening of the show, which was the big highlight everyone talked about. Who would have thought a 20-minute promo that kicked off Dynamite would have been like the biggest thing ever? So CM Punk comes out. He's getting ready for his match against QT Marshall in his hometown of Chicago. MJF interrupts him, comes out, and dude, they have a war of words for the next 20 minutes that was simply amazing. What was your thoughts on this whole thing?
To take it back to the old school roasting days, the roasting battles that we used to have when I was a kid. If you were getting hit with some bars, we used to be like, oh, he's cooking them. And that's exactly what MJF was doing. He said, I'm going to end you faster than your UFC career. I said, Punk's rebuttal with the, you think you're somebody, you're just a less famous Miz. I was like, oh my God, this is amazing.
Yeah, like do yourself a favor. If you can, watch this promo. If you haven't done so yet, watch it. It was amazing. Just the back and forth. MJF came out and, interrupted CM Punk. And it was, I guess for me, what made it so awesome was you look at WWE and a lot of these promos just feel so scripted. It feels forced. It doesn't feel like naturally this is what these respected wrestlers would talk about or how they would talk about someone they're having a feud with. CM Punk's and MJF's, it felt real. It felt natural. It was bringing up real life events into the promo here, and it just felt more authentic. So that's why I think a lot of people, it stood out so good. You think about CM Punk's pipe bomb, Stone Cold Steve Austin's King of the Ring promo, Dusty Rhodes' Hard Times promo. I mean, this is up there as far as memorable promos in the ring and, involving two people. But yeah, it was so good, man. Like I said, watch it for you. It was just, listen, I'm really happy for CM Punk because I think since he's debuted in AEW, a lot of people have been feeling it's been really lackluster. Now, granted, the last couple of weeks, things have been picking up with his quick little turnaround with Eddie Kingston leading up to their match at Full Gear. But now it's like we're getting something really meaty here for us fans to bite into and really get involved with. It was great.
Remember, I think one of the last times I was on, we were talking about Punk. And I think it was before the Eddie Kingston thing. We were like, yeah, it just doesn't feel right. I was like, I'm waiting for him and MJF. Well,
yeah.
We're here.
Oh, yeah.
We're here.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. It's like, we talked about this before, when he showed up in AEW, it was more of like he was just happy to be back, coming out of retirement. He was just being super nice guy and stuff and like welcoming everyone to Dynamite or Rampage every week. Hi, everyone. He was like almost like the host of the show. And, he had some of these one-off matches with some young upcoming talent, and he wasn't winning right away. He definitely looked like someone who's been rusty, who hasn't wrestled in 7+ years. So it made sense from a realistic standpoint. It's like, yeah, he's getting his legs back under him. It's going to take some time before he really gets comfortable in the ring again. So it made sense that a younger guy would kind of maybe do some laps around him or be a little bit harder for him to defeat right away because he's rusty. So nonetheless, though, I think a lot of fans expected him to jump into like the main event scene right away. It's like, no, I like this slow build up until that point. So it made sense that he's taking on these younger guys and trying to find his footing, his place in the company. And I know for a lot of fans, they were growing impatient with him. It's like, give us something more intense. Let's see what he's known for, being great on the mic, delivering banger matches.
Yeah, I mean, he's still taking those shots at WWE. He said the only way you're going to be the number one guy around here is if you wait long enough for Tony to have a daughter and marry her. I was like, damn.
So, yeah, so some of the highlights here. So, like, listen, him and Eddie Kingston, what they did for a few weeks lead up to Full Gear, that was great stuff. So it's like, okay, we're starting to get elements of the old CM Punk back here, and people were very happy there. Now it's like, okay, we're taking this to the next level for him versus MJF here. Listen, I do want to give props to MJF because I really felt like he helped make this promo successful. You know what I mean? Like, as far as, listen, I know a lot of the shots he was taking in roasting CM Punk, they were the obvious ones, the low-hanging fruit that CM Punk said. But it is true. Those are all the main things he dealt with life after WWE, as far as the short UFC run, being gone for so long, comic books, and all that. All the things he did take shots at him were the obvious things. But I think he did his job as far as, softball and hand tossing home runs for CM Punk to hit it out of the park. So MJF really was the MVP of this promo, I thought.
Now, I want to throw something out there. AEW is going to be doing the Battle of the Belts on January 8th. It's a Saturday, first weekend in January. I like how they're doing like these live, specials or whatever because their pay-per-views are too long in between. Hey, man, let this stretch out until then. Let them have that match. Let this be the one non-title match on the show.
Yeah, I'm curious, when will this match take place? Now, I don't want this match to happen right away. I want them to keep building to and have more of these promos and stuff. Take their time.
I think that's the perfect time. January 8th, we're here, what is it, November what, 28th? Look, that's it, because their Revolution is at the end of February. That's too far away.
That's too far away. Yeah,
this January one is the perfect. It's the perfect night, the perfect time scale.
I could see them potentially maybe do that on TBS to help get some more viewers over, to help with the transition from TNT.
They could have another war of words there. Yeah.
Oh yeah. But like I said, what I really thought MJF was the MVP of this promo, because he, like you said, went for the low-hanging fruit insults, but by doing so, he brought CM Punk into this promo. He pissed off CM Punk enough for CM Punk to start spitting venom and start coming back with these great comebacks and reminding people why CM Punk is so good on the mic. So I do give MJF credit for helping, like I said, giving these T-ball, line drive, easy pitches for CM Punk to hit it out of the park. So, truly was amazing. Like I said, MJF called CM Punk a meth head. He looked like a meth head. And then CM Punk said, "You're just like a super fan. You had my poster on the wall, and you're nothing more than a cheap Miz." And CM Punk, and then like I said, MJF called him out for you wrote comic books and movies that no one saw or read, and then short UFC career. So the back and forth and the pacing, you could argue went maybe a little too long, because I heard they had to cut some stuff down time wise for the rest of the show. But I like how they took their time to let it breathe. Like, every guy would have a comeback and the other one take a second, let everyone process it and go ooh ah, and then the other person would counter. He took shots at, like I said, MJF was called a jealous fan. I'm just looking here on AEW's website.
It kind of felt like a debate in a way.
Yeah. Point, counterpoint. Exactly. Let's see. I'm trying to see what else stood out. CM Punk was being robotic. That's what MJF called him. Just saying the same things over and over. Oh yeah. He called him John Cena. He's like, dude, you're not CM Punk. You are now you're the new John Cena, as far as saying the same things over and over.
Yeah, he was just like the man you can't see, and then he did the you can't see me. I'm like, oh, okay.
PG Punk, that's what he was, MJF called him. And said you were on your couch for so long, for 7 years. It was really good, like I said. And then CM Punk said, you were just marking out. I was selling at Madison Square Garden while you were marking out for Rosie O'Donnell.
I like how you worked that in there.
Made fun of him for the song and dance that him and Jericho did last year, and said that's how you got into the New York Times, but you'll get into it again. But in the obituaries there, I beat you up. So, and saying he's jealous of Darby Allin, and you need a diamond ring to win. So CM Punk was coming back, counting with a lot of stuff. But as you said, probably the biggest takeaway said, dude, MJF, the only way you're going to be, maybe at the top of this company is if Tony Khan has a daughter that you marry. So definitely a shot towards Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. So it was so good. Like I said, I mean, I can watch this over and over. It's just the intensity was there. And now we're finally starting to see CM Punk kind of step up his game as far as his mic work, and just really bringing out the old shades of himself that we're fans of. So I loved it. I thought it was great. And then so they're gonna have a match at some point. So when and where, who knows? But next up, he had the match with QT Marshall. Dude, I don't know. I'm tired of QT Marshall. I don't want to see him on TV. How does he get all these great matches?
Because he's a great guy. You should have went to the meet and greet when he was out here, man.
In Vegas?
No, when he was
in Sacramento.
Yeah, the little toy shop. I hear he stayed longer than any other guest they've had because he's such a great guy.
Really?
Him and Sean Ross Sapp, both great guys.
Interesting. Okay. Very interesting to hear. So, And let's see. We saw Shivani talking to Christian Cage and Jurassic Express. Like, where do you think this is going? Do you think Christian Cage is eventually going to turn on Jurassic Express at some point? I feel like it's like he's trying to be like the guidance counselor or, you know, a mentor for them. But it's like, where's this going? Like, how long is this going to last for?
It's gonna lead to the one-on-one match between him and Jungle Boy.
Yeah, probably at some point. Let's see. Next up,
what if they swerved us and Jungle Boy turned heel?
Give him a little more personality. I'll be for that.
Yeah,
Jungle Boy does. I as great of in-ring work as he is, and exciting to watch. Multiple people have said he is lacking personality and like his mic skills. He's got to develop something if he wants to move on up out that tag team into the mid card and eventually in the main event scene. So he does need to work on something. You and I, we love Jungle Boy. He's a great, amazing wrestler, but yeah, he's missing some layers to his overall package that he needs something in the near future. We saw Bear Country take on Gunn Club. This was Colton Gunn and Billy Gunn here. Dude, was that Austin Gunn who's just screaming in the background like the whole match?
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, like, shut up. He was just annoying. But yeah, then we saw, I don't know, anything else about that match that stood out for you?
Billy Gunn is 58 years old and looks tremendous.
Yes. It looks amazing. But we saw Sting and Darby Allin come out. Darby Allin with that huge tackle on
Just
Austin Gunn.
Dart.
Yeah, knocked him out and they beat up. So
it was basically like when Kevin Nash darted Rey Mysterio, but there was no Kevin Nash.
Exactly. So it looks like Sting and Darby Allin are going to be busy for the time being with taking on Gun Club. So, I mean, I guess it's good for Gun Club because they're getting a little more TV time now because they've been, on Dark and Elevation for so long. But I don't know. Part of me, I kind of feel bad for Darby Allin. I feel like this is a step down for him. He's like, you know, he's on the outside looking in of like the main event scene. So, I guess good for them. We saw Adam Cole and Bobby Fish together. The Elite or the Young Bucks are still out injured. But Adam Cole, you know, just remind everyone that they're best friends. He's best friends with Bobby Fish. And then the best friends show up and they're like, no, we're best friends. And so they're going back and forth and it's going to lead to a match on Rampage, which we'll talk about. But also next up was the TBS Women's Championship Tournament quarterfinal match. Jamie Hayter taking on Thunder Rosa. I thought it was a great match. Thunder Rosa looked good. Jamie Hayter, I really like watching Jamie Hayter. I like her hard hitting, just tactics in the ring. How about you?
Yeah, I'm a fan of Jamie Hayter. I've been a fan of her stuff prior to AEW. Thunder Rosa, you know, I mean, she's from out here in NorCal, man. You know, she got her reps out here, took them to the big stage, and now she's thriving. You love to see it. They worked very well together. Yeah. Thunder Rosa, I mean, she's just that good, man.
Exactly. And then, unfortunately, though, Thunder Rosa got the victory. Unfortunately for Jamie Hayter, she lost. And she got mad and pushed Rebel and Britt Baker to be left alone. But I think she kind of felt like they cost her the match.
Baker super kicked her in the face.
Yeah. So she got pissed off. And so, I wonder if it's going to create a little tension between the team and stuff. So we'll see what happens there. Now, this was important here. So Alex Marvez was backstage talking to Chris Jericho, but 2.0 and Daniel Garcia interrupted him. And he says, hey, don't interrupt me or I'm going to punch you. Earlier in the night, we saw 2.0 and Daniel Garcia interrupt Eddie Kingston. They threw coffee in his face. So they're going around picking fights with the older veterans here. It's, not a smart move, man.
They're picking fights that their asses can't cash.
Yes, exactly. Well, we see this play off. It leads to a match on Rampage. Ultimately, that's what this is coming to. We saw Friendsgiving hosted by Britt Baker and Tony Schiavone and Rebel, but they're all upset because, what happened earlier in the night. She had to apologize for Thunder Rosa advancing in the tournament. And it was also announced that Riho is going to fight Britt Baker on Rampage. And if Riho wins, she actually gets a future title shot against Britt Baker. So wasn't that what WWE does? The title championship contender matches?
Championship contenders matches, yeah.
Exactly. That's what I saw when I heard this. I was like, okay, what's going on here?
TK, he still watches Monday nights, man.
Exactly. And then next up, we saw Bryan Danielson take on Colt Cabana. I enjoyed this match because Colt Cabana, I feel like he's just more of a comedic wrestler. But this match, he was getting a little technical and rolling on the mat with Bryan Danielson. So I'm like, all right, this is great. And for Colt Cabana, I'm sure exciting for him to be wrestling in Chicago, where he's also from as well. So I enjoyed this match just because Bryan Danielson's been amazing in his run so far.
He has, man. But you know the match I'm really waiting on.
Which one?
CM Punk versus Colt Cabana.
Dude, I wonder if we'll actually ever get that.
Did you see AEW? They posted like the dream matches thing like a couple months ago, and it was CM Punk versus Colt Cabana.
Oh, they actually put that in there?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm like, oh, they know.
Okay. All right. We'll see if that happens. But, Bryan Danielson, he wins because he got Colt Cabana locked up. Let's see, which was it? He trapped Colt Cabana, stomped his head, then he applied the label lock, and Colt tapped out. But dude, after the match, Tony Schiavone interviewed him, and he picked up Colt Cabana's tooth. Bryan Danielson knocked out his tooth in the match.
He's a killer, man. He's a killer.
That was awesome. And then he starts talking to the crowd. And dude, I love this quote here. So Bryan Danielson said, "When I debuted in Chicago, I got a much different reaction than this," referring to All Out. "And I wonder if it's me or if it's you. And I have one word to describe that. It's fickle. And I not only kicked Colt's head in, I kicked his teeth out. Next week we're in Atlanta, and I hear there are a few Dark Order members who are from Atlanta, and I'll kick their heads in. And that's just leading to one thing." Hangman Adam Page interrupted him to come out. But I love, he said fickle again, referring back to when he was the Planet's champion in WWE.
I like how that I like how he did that because he just did an interview with some outlet. I posted about it on
Casual Conversations, I think.
Yeah, he said that was his favorite part of his whole WWE run was being the Planet's champion. Because
no one said the yes chant during that time.
Yeah. How everybody was fickle, man.
And I'm glad he said fickle again because we joked about that. To this day, fans are very fickle still. You like someone 1 minute, then like a month later you hate them.
Bryan Danielson, I take back everything I said about you portraying the company.
He's a genius, I'm telling you.
I love this guy, man. I need to sit down and have a conversation with Bryan Danielson.
I would love to. I mean, he's up in Napa, so maybe we can go to his winery or something.
Have some wine with Bree and Nikki and Bryan Danielson. I'm down. Let's do it. Let's do it. Actually, I'm going to Napa in January. I might have fun. Yeah.
Well,
I'm coaching a tournament, but I'm not
okay. Invite him out there. This is your invite. He can show some wrestling technique for your students.
I would love that.
Then we saw Page come out, confront him. He wants to have a fight. Bryan Danielson smacked Adam Page, and Adam Page attempted the buckshot lariat, but Bryan Danielson got out of the ring. So it's leading up to their feud. It looks like Bryan Danielson's going to still take out members of the Dark Order and is going to lead eventually to their match. So I wonder if their match is going to be at that Battle of the Belts show, Bryan Danielson versus Hangman Adam Page.
Yeah, I like that. That makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. So, and then next up was the main event. Let's see. It was, the 4-on-4 match. It was Lucha Brothers along with Cody Rhodes and Pac taking on FTR and Malakai Black and Andrade. I really enjoyed this match. As far as like 4-on-4 matches go, they can get a little clunky, a lot going on. But I really enjoyed this one here as far as just the back and forth. It's all 8 guys here have all these crossover storylines here. What'd you think of this main event here?
The multi-man. Kind of playing with their Survivor Series thing. In a way. The Cody just gets booed galore. They threw the belt back. I'm like, you You fickle bastards.
His weight belt, yeah. So he took it off during the match, threw it in the crowd, and whoever caught it threw it right back in. And
that's stupid.
Hit Ref Aubrey, like she was startled when she saw it. So I'm like, man, you guys are idiots. Like, that's a great piece of memorabilia, a piece of, wrestling history right there. That's cool. Like, I would never do that. Cody, you and I were tight, we're friends. I would never throw your belt back in the ring. But and I like how he put it back when he got it back. Or Andrade grabbed it and threw it under the ring, but then someone gave it back to Cody. Cody put it back on. It's like, no, you guys, fine. I will keep wearing it then.
Yeah.
And I think at one point he did take it off again and try to throw it to someone else. But I was like, come on. Like, where is this going? Where is ultimately this Cody Rhodes story going?
He's basically Cena in 2006 when he has the feud with RVD. Remember, Cena would throw the shirt out and then they would throw it back?
I mean, to a certain extent, it must be deliberate, right? Like, he knows people are booing him. People have asked him in interviews, what do you think about all the booing? But I just want to know, like, where is this going? Is he going to turn heel at some point, or is he just going to keep riding this out? Like, I'm so fascinated about Cody Rhodes and his place in AEW right now. Like, where is this ultimately going to? I have no idea. So I don't know. I'm really, it's really interesting here. But yeah, as far as the finish goes, though, I also did love when Tully Blanchard and Arn Anderson were in the ring and facing each other. I love that part. A little stare down, obviously acknowledging their time as a tag team and also part of the Four Horsemen. So it was cool. But Jose, he jumped in the ring and Arn and Tully knocked him out. And then Penta El Zero Miedo and Rey Fenix got back in and took out FTR with the aerial assault. And then Malakai Black sprayed the Black Mist in the Pac's face. And then Andrade finished off Pac for the pin. So the bad guys won here. I don't know what happens next now. Like, where does Cody Rhodes go? Like, I would imagine... Actually, wait, he's having a match with Andrade next week on Dynamite, I believe.
Oh, yeah, and they're in Georgia next week, so we'll see.
So, I don't know.
Now, look, if his hometown boos him, oh, yeah, then he has to turn.
It's just for me.
He has to turn.
He has to turn heel, and that way use his, quote, EVP powers.
And then
take away he can't challenge for the title anymore.
Could you think about an arrogant, brass Cody Rhodes walking around with the AEW championship and just because everybody's creative freedom there. He can really take some shots.
Yeah.
This could be his quote unquote Triple H reign of terror.
Yeah. I something's got to happen here. So I just think ever since he put that stipulation, he can never challenge for the title again. He's someone that people fight that are maybe in the mid-card scene and want to be elevated to the main event scene. It's almost like he's a testing ground before you get bumped up to the main event scene. But also I feel like because of that stipulation, he has like a certain just ceiling on his own run in AEW.
He's pigeonholed himself.
Yeah. It's like, okay, sure, Cody can win a few matches here and there, but what's the point of investing emotionally? Because we know he's never going to go after he can never go after the title. So it's like, okay, cool, you're just winning matches, but it's not going to lead to anything important or big. So I think that whoever came up with that idea was not the smartest move to do for his own career and his run in AEW. So I don't know. We'll see what happens next. But all right, let's jump over to Rampage this week. So since Bobby Fish and Adam Cole confronted best friends backstage, this led to the match, the kickoff Rampage, Wheeler Yuta and Orange Cassidy. I don't know, man. Like, I know not everything in AEW I'm going to be a fan of or appeals to me, but Orange Cassidy, man, I'm still
you're still tired.
I'm not feeling it. It's, Adam Cole. Okay, Bobby Fish started with Orange Cassidy, I believe, and Adam Cole comes in and it's almost like taunting each other. Like Orange Cassidy trying to put his hands in his pocket, Adam Cole is stopping him, and it turns very comedic. And then he puts him in like a full Nelson, and Orange Cassidy's still trying to put his hands in his pocket. And I don't know. I love Adam Cole. I love his time in NXT. Just how badass and serious he was. When I see this match, though, I'm like, this is not the Adam Cole from NXT. I want like.
You know what? I'm glad you said this because they just talked about this on Cheap Heat with Peter Rosenberg. So it was Stat Guy Greg, his co-host, and he said that, AEW doesn't appeal to me. I mean, he has his own AEW qualms, but he talked about Adam Cole, and he said, like, they took his swag away. And they said, like, he doesn't feel as important or as cool and over as he once did when he was the NXT champion. Yes. And you know what? He's right. Because, Adam Cole was the coolest dude on the block.
Dude, he really was the second coming of Shawn Michaels, like, or just being a badass future WWE superstar.
It basically felt, you really remember this. So because like when DX was like hot and Shawn was the dude, could you say that was kind of the same for the Undisputed Era and Adam Cole? Okay.
As far as Undisputed Era running shop and running all of NXT and being in charge,
there were hella DX shirts in the audience back then. There were hella Undisputed Era shirts back then.
Absolutely.
And the whole arena, they did the Adam Cole baby, and they did the boom and all this other stuff. They were throwing up the sign. You know what I mean? So it's just he's really cooled off. He's lost all that steam. I mean, like he was like what, fourth most important behind like Don Callis. You know what I mean? Like Adam Cole, he lost that momentum.
I really wonder though. I hope this is leading something bigger as far as they're bringing him in, and I think he's like the new guy in the group. And now that Kenny Omega's gone, I wonder if this is going to be his opportunity to be elevated to like be the leader of the Elite. Then Kenny Omega comes back, and we saw last week on Dynamite. Remember, Kenny says, "I'm taking time off," and Adam says, "Well, hope you get better," or whatever. And he says, "No, I was talking to the Young Bucks." So they were trying to plant some seeds of some tension between Adam Cole and Kenny Omega. So I think that's what's going to happen at some point, where whenever Kenny Omega does come back down the road, once he's all healed up, which take as much time off as you need, make people miss you. So when he does come back, it's going to have a stronger impact. But nonetheless, when he does come back, he might want his spot at the head of the Elite. But Adam Cole is already there now as the leader. And so it could be them versus each other. And then maybe Adam Cole splits off and leaves the Elite and reforms Undisputed Era. Because, Bobby Fish is there. Kyle O'Reilly's contract's up next month. I don't know when Roderick Strong's contract's up, but at least you can get the original three members of Undisputed Era. So maybe the Undisputed Era versus the Elite.
Roderick Strong signed re-signed with the company earlier this year.
So yeah, I wonder how long was that extension? Was it 1 year, 2 years? I would really love to know.
Who knows? But releases are happening.
Too.
They are happening. So, hey man, the moment he loses that Cruiserweight title, don't be surprised if he gets the boot next.
I know. He's defending against Joe Gacy at War Games.
Joe
Gacy's not a cruiserweight.
Love Joe Gacy. He's a great guy.
But anyway, what I'm getting at is like this match, I was like, listen, I know Orange Cassidy has a big fan base, especially with the younger kids and stuff. When I watch his matches, like when he does wrestle and takes things a little more seriously and actually has some intensity, he's great to watch. But when he does the slow, nonchalant, I don't care, comedic stuff, I'm like, it just slows everything down for me. It's like a big roadblock. And so I see Adam Cole participating in this. I'm like, come on, man. I want Adam Cole an NXT champion right now.
You know what? If Orange Cassidy were to take things seriously and just completely change the gimmick, it would be like when Alex Wright went from doing his dancing gimmick to when he became Berlin. Yeah. See, I told you I watched it live, bro. I know.
I'm proud of you, man. But the thing I was going to say, so the finish though, we see Wheeler Yuta dropped the splash. To finish it. It was
Falcon Arrow.
Yeah, from the top rope, right?
Yeah, Avalanche Falcon Arrow.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they, let's see, Adam Cole swept Orange Cassidy, sent him to the ring steps. Bobby Fish finished off Wheeler Yuta with the Avalanche Falcon Arrow and scored the pin. So they won. I forgot to ask you, as far as with Dynamite, Dante Martin signing with Team Taz against Leo Rush's wishes. Your thoughts on that?
Dante, go get the bag, baby. Go chase the bag. Yes, sir.
Which Dante Martin is like, should be the ultimate babyface. He's a high-flying babyface. Why go against Team Taz, who don't have the best track record for winning. They at times don't look as strong as a faction. So I was like, why sign with Team Taz? So now what happens with Lio Rush? Is he by himself now? And then,
I mean, who are you really going to learn from? Lio Rush or a guy was in the hottest company in the world at the time holding their top title?
Yeah, Taz, I hear you. So, I don't know. I'm curious what's going to happen. I hope this is short term. I hope his brother comes back from injury and his brother kind of helps bring him out of Team Taz. Like, no, you join me. Let's get back top flight and let's go after the tag titles or something like that.
Taz and his brother are going to have a Dante Martin on the pole match.
Exactly.
Or ladder match like Eddie and Ray did for Dominic.
Yeah. We saw Shivani interview Tony Nese. And Tony Nese pretty much challenged Sammy Guevara for the TNT Championship. Since he's been studying, that's why he's been sitting in the crowd all these weeks. I was like, finally, he's going to do something. Has it only
been just for Sammy Guevara's matches?
I thought it was like, remember with Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky?
I don't know.
Yeah. But
I did like how after he hits him with the forearm, he says the only reason why you had that is because guys like me weren't available yet.
Exactly. And I love how Tony Nese put his knee in Sammy Guevara's ribs to sell the rib damage. I was like, that's a smart move right there. Good little heel work right there.
I want him to beat him.
I could kind of see him potentially winning, even though he doesn't have much momentum. Like, he's still fairly new with AEW. That could be, a little bit of a big little shocker there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I like how everybody's a Tony Nese fan now. Y'all weren't watching him on 205 Live.
Exactly.
I was watching. Y'all weren't. Stop.
Let's see. It was a Black Friday deal match. So it was Britt Baker, AEW Women's Champion, go up against Riho. And if Riho wins, she gets a future title shot against Britt Baker.
You mean the AEW Women's World Championship Contenders match?
Yes, exactly. Yes. This match was really good. Riho... for her smaller size, she definitely just is like a nonstop fireball in the ring. Nonstop, won't give up. I don't know about you. What you think of this one?
It is what it is, man. Rio's a very tiny person.
Yeah, at times, like when she throws a punch or forearm or jumps off the rope, I feel like there's not a lot of intensity there because she's so tiny.
Yeah,
I feel like it's not believable that she could knock someone out.
Like when I saw her at StarCast, she turned and disappeared. That's how tiny and thin she is, bro.
Wow.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
But, Britt Baker lost to her. I'm like, okay, I guess.
So Jamie Hayter was still pissed off from, losing on Dynamite because she got kicked in the face by Britt Baker, but she still helped out her and Rebel. But yeah, Riho won with the roll up. She pinned Britt Baker in the middle of the ring, so she's going to get a title shot. So I don't know. What do you think about this victory, though? I was kind of it feels like a WWE type booking.
I feel like that's the only way somebody her size can win is because they're so small. They just have to roll up everybody.
Yeah. I mean, I guess for me, why I'm not necessarily for this booking, I guess it's just to show that, hey, any given night, the champion can still lose. So there's that element of surprise.
Yeah. I guess.
I don't know. We'll see. So I don't know when their matches happen. Maybe that match is going to be saved for Battle of the Belts as well. Maybe that's when that's going to happen.
Seems fair.
It seems like that's what they're building up towards now, Battle of the Belts for the next few weeks during the holiday season. And let's see. Main event time, Daniel Garcia taking on Eddie Kingston here. I really enjoyed this match because Daniel Garcia, is more technical, trying to do the mat stuff. But Eddie Kingston's just a brawler. So every time Daniel Garcia is trying to grapple him, Eddie Kingston would just slap the hell out of him. So I really enjoyed this main event. How about you?
I thought, for the such different styles, I think it worked well together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it is what it is. It didn't really interest me, honestly.
Yeah. Well, Kingston connected with the spinning back fist, pinned Garcia, and then 2.0 jumped in after the bell and started. They all started teaming up, ganging up on Eddie Kingston, beating him up. Then Chris Jericho left the broadcast table and ran to the ring, and he cleaned house, got rid of everyone. Which is okay. It made sense because remember 2.0 and Daniel Garcia confronted Jericho on Dynamite. So that makes sense why he's pissed off at them still. So when he sees them attacking Eddie Kingston, he wanted to come in the ring and, stop them from doing so. So I want to know what happens next. Like Eddie Kingston, you know, I'm trying to remember his facial expressions. Like, you know, like, why are you doing this to me? So I wonder if Jericho and Eddie Kingston can maybe have a program or something. Because Eddie Kingston, if you think about it, he's been going after all the former WWE guys.
Moxley, Cody,
Miro,
yeah.
Punk. These nuts, right? So, Punk, yeah. So
I could see Eddie be like, I don't need your help. I could see them have like a nice, because Jericho's been doing a lot of team stuff, you know. Yeah. So it feels like a kind of important now that he's doing, like, if they were to do something in a singles capacity. Yeah. So I'm just saying, man, that could be kind of interesting to see Eddie Kingston, Jericho eventually go at it at some point. So, but yeah, man, overall, very fun week for AEW for Thanksgiving week. Dynamite next week will be from the Gas South Arena in Duluth, Georgia. So is that right out of Atlanta, I'm guessing? I have no idea. It's kind of like right out of Marietta. So we'll see how the crowd reacts to Cody Rhodes in his home state of Georgia. That's going to be interesting. All right. Well, yeah. So that was a fun week at AEW. So looking forward to this week, seeing what they got lined up for Dynamite and Rampage as we get into the holiday season. So AEW will be delivering the gifts every single week. This is their last month. If you think about it, heading December, their last month on TNT. So it's going to be kind of interesting, man. See how they make the transition to TBS. Yeah. Also, Jim Ross is taking time off, to deal with his skin cancer, so we won't see him for a number of weeks. Yeah. So I wonder who's going to fill his role. Is it going to be? I think Shivani and Excalibur is just fine. Like, they really don't need three. I'm all for a 2-man group or 2-person, commentaries table. So, or who knows, maybe Taz can slide in as well and let Excalibur and Shivani the main play-by-play, and Taz does color as well. I don't know. We'll see the color commentary. So be interesting. So, all right. On that note, let's start wrapping things up. Phillip, where can the Kliqsters find you online? You people know where to find me, and everybody's got a price for the $1 billion man. Cameron Grimes. Can I be your Cameron Grimes then? To the moon. Money. See, I remember as a kid listening to that theme song live. Wow. Okay. The VHS. Yeah, exactly. I'm Baby Huey. Follow me on Facebook at Baby Huey Official, Twitter and Instagram at Baby Huey83. For everything else, at In The Kliq on social media. Subscribe to us where we get your podcasts at. Also on YouTube. Watch our videos. Leave a comment. Leave a thumbs up as well. That helps out so much. InTheKliq@gmail.com. Get the merch. Link in bio. Great Christmas gift for everyone out there. Some In The Kliq shirts. And on that note, let's go home. And that's the bottom line because Huey said so.